So I come back from my French river cruise, and I'm at LAX, and I am encountered by a TMZ reporter. Larry, what do you think about the Jeff Epstein situation? And I said, of all the things I consider to be important, that's not on my list. Yeah, but what do you think about the fact that the list isn't being published? I said, I'm concerned about the borders. I'm concerned about the economy. I'm concerned about tariffs. I'm concerned about Iran. I'm concerned about Gaza. I'm concerned about Israel. I'm concerned about immigration. What do you think about the list? I said, all I know is that I'm not on the list. Even he laughed. I said, look, here's the deal. Don't you think if, in fact, there was some damning information about Donald Trump in the Jeffrey Epstein files, if there is, in fact, a list, and if Donald Trump's name is, in fact, on that list, and if that means that Donald Trump engaged in some nefarious, possibly illegal activity, don't you think it would have been released during the Biden administration, particularly during the 2024 campaign? It would have been put out. It would have been handed to various reporters. They would have gleefully reported it in hopes that Donald Trump would not get reelected. Here is the theory that the left really wants to be true. This is a woman who's with a Democratic think tank, number 26.
I mean, the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, went to the public and said all kinds of things about this. She said there was a list, there was files, they had people, that was in front of the White House, in front of the West Wing that they had the influencers out there. So, I mean, there's a very legitimate question here. Number one, was she lying then or is she lying now? She's the Attorney General. I do think she should go in front of Congress and sort of just explain the facts here, because ultimately it is a big question. Was she just prancing around making things up? You're not really supposed to do that as the Attorney General. And then second of all, I just say, everyone's acting like they don't know what the conspiracy theory is. The conspiracy theory is that the client list has Donald Trump on it, and that's what his government is holding it back. And I think we need to have people honestly answer questions in front of Congress or the press to just have this out once and for all.
And the overall problem.
Okay, her name is Neera Tanden, and this is on ABC News over the weekend show. Everybody's acting like they don't know what the conspiracy theory is. The conspiracy theory is that Donald Trump's name is on the list. Maybe it is. There's probably a lot of names on the list. Does it mean that if he's on the list, he did something illegal, unlawful, unscrupulous? Again, if there really was such a bombshell, you're telling me the Biden administration, the Biden DOJ sat on it for 4 years and sat on it during the election? Are you kidding me? Now, Alan Dershowitz was accused. He filed a lawsuit. The accusation was withdrawn, and apparently he reached some sort of deal where he can't disclose certain things. Here's what Dershowitz said, number 7.
This is not an opinion. This is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely on the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
Now, Jeffrey Epstein had a long career involving high-ranking individuals, prominent individuals, politicians, I think even the Prime Minister of Israel, former Prime Minister of Israel, the Clintons, Bill Clinton anyway, relationship with them, partying with them, flying planes with them, doing things with them. It would not surprise me if there isn't a big black book with a lot of names there.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.